From Great Park Ice in Irvine, California, it's the 2023 Chipotle USA Hockey National Champions, as the South Dakota squad set to take on Sno-King Junior Thunderbirds in the 16U bracket here from Irvine, California. Steve Granado alongside with you here from Southern California. These two teams have already squared off once throughout this tournament, a Thursday 5-0 victory at the hands of the Sno-King squad, and they are back for blood again, here to try and get a trip to the national title game tomorrow morning. Steve Granado alongside with you here from Great Park Ice, the training facility of the Anaheim Ducks. South Dakota wearing the red, white, and blue here, moving right to left on your screens. And for the Thunderbirds, they move left to right in the white, teal, and blue. Glad you're alongside with us here on USA Hockey TV. It has been a great week of hockey thus far. And again, these two teams have already squared off once. 5-0 victory for the Thunderbirds behind their lockdown goaltender, Lucy Holiday, who also gets the start here once more today. She's opposed by Eva Ram, who gets her fourth start of this bracket. Lucy Holiday stopped 44 shots as Eva Ram makes her first save of the game. 44 stops for Lucy Holiday when these two teams last met on Thursday. John Hornabuck, assistant coach, joking but not joking, said to me earlier today, man, it's nice to have the best goaltender in the tournament. She again stopped 44 of 44, has allowed a 0.50 goals against average, 981 save percentage in this entire tournament that has lasted 4 games for her. And it has been nothing short of spectacular. And South Dakota, we had a second crack at her, the only team that has been able to say that, as they look for their first shot of the game. Puck taken out right in front, and the shot quickly turned aside and out of play. Briley Kafka, her first look, looking for her first goal of the tournament. It's been a bit of an interesting ride here for this South Dakota squad. They lost that 5-0 game on Thursday and have been saved earlier today in tight-knit contest, a 2-1 victory over the Nashville Junior Predators, and then a 4-2 victory over the local Anaheim Lady Ducks yesterday, and then they took down the Wisconsin squad earlier today, 5-1. Just out of the reach, Brielle Van Dusseldorp, as it comes back the other way for Houlihan, who has her pocket picked right in the middle of the ice. Move back the other way by Tegan Williamson. And they will call this one offsides here against South Dakota. These 16U members will go on to play tomorrow the winner of the Webster versus Grand Rapids game, which is set to take place here in the next 10 minutes or so to our backside on Rink 2. We're on Rink 1 here at Great Park, a 4-sheet facility here at the rink. Off the draw, it stays deep inside the South Dakota end. And pulled back around by Chloe Pauls as it's bounced back towards the net, kept out by Ram. Spun back in front, and Pauls unable to get a lot of that one, just force feeds it back behind the net. Battle along before it's moved out by Jalissa Peterson. Seattle squad here, the Sno-King Junior Thunderbirds, have done a good job of controlling the puck here in the first couple of minutes. 14.5 remains in a scoreless affair. Back the other way, here comes Jolie Connell, who drops it down the low as Houlihan plays it off the wall. Fed back around to the far side post to try to peel it back in front before Ram is able to knife it away. Loose puck swatted back out to the point. And a nice job there holding it in for Williamson. Kowalik chasing it down. Running shoulder to shoulder with Morgan Jones. Fed back around in front, looking for the backdoor feed for Alyssa Vandenberg, and never got to her. Nadia Bellabarba lost her stick and glove on that play. Has to hustle back to pick it up. Now she comes and takes the puck away. Has the favor returned by Taryn Richter. From behind the red line, Paige Zamiga sends it in. There'll be an icing assessed here against South Dakota. The nature of this South Dakota program a little different than other squads like this Sno-King team. A fall club. They begin their season in August, play through November, and then go and play with their high school respective programs, and then reconvene for a couple of exhibition games, then right off to nationals. So they haven't had as much recent ice time together as this one's forced aside. Good little feedback in front, didn't get the stick of Richter. A couple of quick chances for South Dakota. Taken right back again. There's Richter in the middle of the play, who drops it behind to the hash mark. Whose puck right in front of the net is forced out. And the ladies from Washington able to move and make headway the other way. Lee Chong takes a spill, gets back to her feet. Puck lays freely on the near side wall. Williamson a little trouble with it. Gets stopped at the blue line. And Kostella Krakowski finally does the honors to drop it in. 12.5 remaining here in the period. No score here in period number 1. Thunderbirds lead in the shots column 3-2. Quick movement for Adriana Clark. Got it across. The shot never came through. Forced down below the net. Pulled back around. Lashinsky trying to get some freedom. He's able to move it out here to the hash marks and beyond, all the way back out to neutral ice. On a backhand, fed back down. Rainissa Matke. Loose puck, taken away. Adriana Clark searching her options, pulls it to the backhand. Has a double team coming to the near side wall. Clark takes it to the goal line, feeds it back to the slot. And bouncing puck on Janelle Lloyd, never settled for it, comes back out to the point. Good pressure here from South Dakota, trying to keep it up on this shift. Disrupted pass, Janelle Lloyd forced to come back out to the logo with under 12 to play. She'll drop it through and head to the bench. A couple of changes on for both sides. Slam on the brakes for Krista Brzezinski. She sets up shot behind her own cage. Played off of the wall by Chloe Pauls. Bent back through and off of the stick of Brinley Sabers, and it bounces right into the mitt of the sturdy Lucy Holiday. No score, 11:22 to go here in period number 1 from Great Park Ice. Off of the draw, quick rip at one for Sabres, missed wide. 3 goals in the tournament thus far in the first 4 games. Good push here over the last 3 or so minutes by South Dakota. A couple of strong shifts for the ladies in red, white, and blue. Moved by Tristan Zimmer. Into the middle and knifed off of Van Dusseldorp. Let's go back out, and the South Dakota team will have to reconvene. Richter offsides, say the officials. A couple of times to semifinals for South Dakota. They've never made it past this stage. Trying to change that narrative here today. Sno-King looking to get to nationals. They have had a whole slew of shutout victories here this week. A 5-0 victory, a 2-0 victory, a 2-0 victory. And a lone 2-1 loss against Grand Rapids. Shot got whiffed on there by Briley Kafka. Out to the far side wall and played along the dasher by Maddie Abbott. Abbott holds the line one more time. It comes loose to the near side wall as Costello Krakowski will get called for icing here against the Seattle squad. Outscored their opponents 10-2. 3-1 record. And that off of the draw will have Holiday cover up. Face off to the right-hand side here of Lucy Holiday, who has stopped all 4 shots faced. Same could be said for Eva Ram here in the early going. Top 2 goaltenders here in 16U squaring off again, trying to fight their way to a national championship title game. Bouncing puck settled by McCuba, who scored twice in that Thursday contest between these 2 clubs. Knife to the near side wall. Maddie Abbott chasing it down here in the red, white, and blue. Wyszynski turns it back around to the near side dasher and moved out the other way. Here comes McCuba, given to the left. The shot disrupted. Nice job by Abbott to step into the shooting lane and take away that opportunity for the Thunderbirds. Loose puck to neutral ice. Marissa Schneider jumps to it. Little mishandle of the puck, kind of got stuck between her skates. She's there trying to force feed it past the blue line once more as Grace Houlihan helps her out and just chops a rolling puck towards the net. And Eva Ram doesn't want to take a chance or cover up. Near side chance. And impressed here over the last, that's about 6 minutes or so now. South Dakota, I wouldn't say they came out sluggish, but we're looking to our right a lot to start. And now it's been kind of turned on its head as Houlihan unable to pull the trigger strongly as it rolls right back in front, swept out of harm's way by McKenna Tronis. Pushed aside, out of the reach of the netminder. They'll play it from behind the net. Tegan Williamson moves it out, has her pocket picked at center ice by Emick. As they battle at the blue line. Dangerous pass nearly picked off. McCuba has her pocket picked by Rainessa Matke. 4-body pile up in front of the South Dakota bench goes by the way of the Thunderbirds. Calling for it is Williamson at the point. She's not going to get it. They'll take it down below instead. Look to feed the slot. McCuba there waiting patiently and never got a pass to her as Matke once more comes in defensively to take it away for South Dakota. A couple of times already on this shift. For Matke, defensively taking the puck away. Nudged up by Esme, or to Esme Lee-Chong. So has to start from square one at center ice. The only Thunderbird on the ice as they get some changes behind the play. 7 minutes to go here in period 1 without a score. 0-0. Fed here up front. Houlihan had her back to the play, had a full-fledged streaking player coming at her. That was Taryn Richter. Who tried to avoid the hit as best as possible. A little trip up behind the play. Then Dusseldorp takes a spill and has to hustle back to get in defensively. Meanwhile, the puck is squirted through on the 5-hole. And a quick chance for the Thunderbirds makes it 1-0. Puck had a little spin on it. Eva Ram unable to find it. And it's a quick 1-0 lead. Joelle Connell with her second of the tournament. Didn't look like much of a chance on the left wing that just ultimately found its way spinning awkwardly. And sometimes that's how you get one of them. Eva Ram unable to find it, went 5-hole. And the Thunderbirds grab the early advantage. Nice move to get way into the slot. The shot scored! What a goal! Esme Lee-Chong makes it 2-zip in a blink of an eye. Buttery smooth from the start. All the way to the back of the net. And South Dakota, who had been making headway here in the first period with great sustained offensive pressure, suddenly finds himself down by a pair. Lee-Chong gets the second goal just seconds after the first, and her second of the tournament. Connell and Lee-Chong both with their seconds, and it's 2-0 Thunderbirds. Dangerous feed here into the center of the ice, nearly turned into an odd woman rush the other way. Adriana Clark trying to fish it through and is able to do so as Holiday nudges it away into the corner. The first goal, the Joelle Connell goal. And then Lee Chong gets the second. McCuba gets the assist on that one. And the assist on the Connell goal, by the way, to Grace Houlihan. It took them 38 seconds. 38 seconds to get on the board twice. And right as rain here for the Thunderbirds. 2-0 they lead it. 5 minutes to go in period number 1. So shades of what these two teams saw on Thursday as that goes into the Washington bench. And that was a 5-0 final. South Dakota's coaching staff wasn't too mad at that 5-0 loss. You would look at the score and go, 5-0? I feel like you'd be upset about that. Well, it wasn't necessarily the case. But 44 shots up on the board that Thursday. And like the coaching staff said to me earlier today, just ran into a hot goaltender. But again, if you ask the Sno-King squad, that goaltender isn't just hot right now, they've been hot all season. And one of the main reasons why they're here right now. I was speaking with John Hornabuck and the rest of the coaching staff, mostly John Hornabuck prior to the game, and he could not stop sending glowing reviews of what a season it has been for the Sno-King Junior Thunderbirds. What a tight-knit group this squad has become. No cliques, just all friends, all good vibes essentially that have gotten them this far. They look for a national championship berth, and they're headed in the right direction. With 4 minutes to go, they lead 2-0. Up along the wall, Elise Walker, who has dealt with injuries this season, puts one on frame and it's covered up. Worked through it, knee injuries. Same for Nadia Bella Barba, who has worked through knee injuries this season, but everybody healthy here today, doing everything they can to get those 3 periods underway and done here today and play 3 more tomorrow. Try to go home with something around their neck. Marissa Schneider under duress, able to feed it away from the pack. Good forecheck pressure by Maya Forster. Tristan Zimmer leads the charge and stays onside. Thanks to the strong legs of Jalissa Peterson, able to stay onside on the opposite wing. Forced back in front and out of the reach of Peterson. Softly played along the wall by Matke. Schneider a little trouble with it. Briley Kafka splits the difference and lost the handle before she could pull the trigger. Spins it back in front, rolls off the stick of Forster. Instead, Houlihan gets center ed and dumps the puck through with under 3 to play in the first. 2-0, Thunderbirds lead it. Maddie Abbott in her own end. Settles the puck behind the goal line before losing it, crisscrossing to the far side post. Abbott plays it along the near side wall. Williamson holds the line. Chops it straight into the air. Friendly bounce, lays there freely, the shot denied by Ram. Friendly bounce there for the Thunderbirds, doesn't come to fruition, still stays 2-0. Meanwhile, the other way, getting to the blue line and dumping it through is Tristan Zimmer. She'll head to the bench. Loose back in front. There's Holiday poking it right to the opposing goal. And that will find its way through. Talking about how the Thunderbirds just got a friendly bounce. How about an unfriendly bounce? And that was Briley Kafka with a puck on her stick to get South Dakota on the board. The first time they've been able to get on the board here against Lucy Holiday. Kafka's first of nationals. That puck was pushed by the netminder Lucy Holiday, and it went right to Kafka's stick, who was just begging to find it on the right wing. And that's exactly what happened. And it was a pretty easy 4x6 to shoot at once she had the handle right there on her blade. A breath of life for SD. Quick shot after entry from Paige Zamika, gets stopped before it even got to the net. Again, Briley Kafka, her first of nationals. About as point blank a chance as you're ever gonna get. And a bit of a handoff there from Lucy Holiday, who has been near perfection throughout this week. And we're gonna get a hooking call coming up here against the Thunderbirds. Otherwise, if it weren't for that hook, Briella Van Dusseldorp would have had an easy look at one. Instead, we'll get our first penalty of the game. 2 minutes assessed on the board, and South Dakota will go on their first power play chance of the evening. So a chance for South Dakota to equalize this contest. Had a 2-0 deficit in front of them. Now find themselves here on a 5-on-4 thanks to the hooking call. Maddie Abbott will quarterback from behind her own net. Watched closely by Lola McCuba. She stays right there with her. Puck moved to center ice. Handed off to Van Dusseldorp. Circles back in front, gets a redirect into the corner. Laid out to the point. Abbott plays catch along the near side wall and feeds it one more time for Schneider, who steps in and moves it aside, fit back in front, paddled away, stuffed short side, and Holiday's there to smother it to get the whistle. .6:30 p.m. here with 30.6 officially up on the board here. Southern California, Great Park Ice in Irvine, California, about 30 minutes south of Disneyland. Glad you're joining us. Steve Granado with you from the official training home of the Anaheim Ducks. Of course, the site of all the festivities here for the 2023 Chipotle Nationals this year. Not the first time this facility has hosted these national tournaments. Here's a quick kick aside. Nice job by Holiday to spot that one through traffic. A low angle shot that was maybe a half an inch off of the ice as soon as it got through. Final seconds of the period, sent back in front. One-timer, put back on a rebound, missed off the side of the net. Rachel Siefkin had a good opportunity. Holiday holds true, and the Thunderbirds hang on. After one period of play, it's 2-1. The sno-king Junior Thunderbirds with the advantage. South Dakota answers back. They will begin the second period with an abbreviated 48-second power play. We're going to step aside. Back in a moment. You're watching the 2023 Chipotle USA Hockey National Championships. You're doing it on USA Hockey TV. Period 2 action on deck here. 17 on the board, 2-1 also on the board in favor of the Thunderbirds. Steve Granado with you. Semi-final matchup here in the 16U bracket. The winner moves on to play the winner of Webster versus Grand Rapids, which is currently in action as Holiday sneaks out with the glove. That game currently in action without a score over on Rink 2. That's also being covered here on USA Hockey TV if you wanted to flip back and forth to see who will be playing whom. I think that's correct English. Remember, 35 seconds of power play time here for South Dakota. Got a couple of shots on Lucy Holiday throughout this power play. Punched out, Van Dusseldorp takes a look. Big fat rebound there. Couldn't corral it for Rachel Siefkin, who came careening in on the left slot. One last push here for South Dakota with just 10 seconds or so to go on the power play. They just called an icing against the Thunderbirds while on the penalty kill. I think our officiating crew forgot that there was a penalty kill. This one bounced back in front, and it comes all the way back out. That'll end the power play. Briella Van Dusseldorp forces its way through. 16 minutes to go here, just a minute into the period as it's forked back in front. Taryn Richter was coming in with a full head of steam, unable to control that hot pass. Like a shortstop fielded by Eva Ram and moved back out. Van Dusseldorp past the center red line. Quick shot with a rebound. Holiday with 2 stops, make that 3. Hasn't covered it just yet. They haven't whistled it dead. Good job by the officiating crew. Holiday never had a clean glove on that one. Connell puts one on frame. Speaking of clean gloves, Eva Ram with no trouble. Off the draw comes here at the hash marks on the near side wall. Jensen activates, keeps the play alive, and a quick rip. Missed everything for Macuba, who's been leading this squad. 3 goals scored. Again, we mentioned scored twice against South Dakota on Thursday. This rematch battle, we could have another rematch depending on who wins. If Grand Rapids wins, and if Sno-King wins, that would be a rematch of yesterday's contest, pre-quarters. Krista Bashinsky into the corner she goes. Gets tied up there and ultimately wins the puck back. Kafka, the lone goal scorer here for South Dakota, moves it out. Houlihan plays catch in her own end. Force fed down below by Maya Forster. On the backside there, Grace Kowalik. Little trouble with it as it comes back out here to neutral ice. Lee Chong, a goal already, gives it off. Her shot on its way, and Ram comes out to deny it. Eva Ram's made a couple of big stops here in this one. Grace Houlihan to the draw, gets tied up and loses this to Taryn Richter. Fed back around, Van Dusseldorp finds an open skater the other way, and that was Brinley Sabers. Unable to control it at the logo. Jumped in by Richter. Fed back in front, score! Brinley Sabers on the one-timer from below the goal line to tie the game at 2. What a perfect feed to find her in the slot. After 2 quick goals, 30-some seconds apart for the Thunderbirds, South Dakota comes firing back here in the second. We have ourselves a brand new hockey game, equaled at 2. We'll see how the Thunderbirds respond. Or does South Dakota have all the momentum now with 13 and a half to go? Here in the second period, we're tied. Given back to the slot. That's Van Dusseldorp trying to get it back on the offensive side of things. As they pile up on the freeway here to the near side wall. And they continue to battle up along the dasher with under 13 to play in the second period. Shots favoring South Dakota now 15-10. Loose puck swatted back out, and Lola Macuba just wanted to get a change if she could. Sent it the length of the ice. And we'll go ahead and skate off to the bench. And mean, South Dakota has controlled the pace ever since about 3 minutes into that first period. I would say the Sno-King squad came in strong. And then ever since then, it's been South Dakota. Even though they surrendered those 2 quick in succession goals, fed back into the front of the net and had to be circled by Maddie Abbott. Forced by Jones, pass never got through. Lee Chong has made her name known here today already. A goal in the contest and a couple of quick chances, but she split off at the blue line before getting into the zone. Jensen tries to kick it back to her stick, and en route to that, Thunderbirds go offsides. That'll bring up a neutral zone draw right in front of us. 12:14 to go in the second. Now it's swatted back by Sofia Costello-Krakowski. Picked up by Makuba and left off as Costello-Krakowski lost the handle. Jensen holds it at the line. Had to swat that one, then gets ran over, just bulldozed there by Morgan Jones. Fed back in front, found its way through. There's Lee Chong, knifed off of her handles. And back comes South Dakota on a 2-on-2. Charges led by Faith Van Wurst. Van Wurst gets to the puck once more after she dumped it in. 11.5 to go in the second. 2-2 your score. Van Wurst takes a tumble into the corner. Lee Chong takes a tumble at center ice. Moved in by Sabres. Already a goal in the contest. Kick save by Holiday. And that's going to go as an icing here against the Thunderbirds. 11-12 up on the board. By the way, that Brindley Sabres goal and assist is credited to Taryn Richter, as the one who passed it from below the goal line. The equalizer here in the second period. Good crowd on hand on both sides of the ice, making the trip from Washington and South Dakota respectively. Houlihan to the draw. Loses this one to Taryn Richter. And Richter the assist. Sabres the equalizer. Closing in on the halfway point of the hockey game. Brindley Sabres gets back to it. Has now 4 goals in this tournament, including today's. Grace Kowalik, stolen on the backside by Van Dusseldorp. She gets to the net on a backhand, scored! Briella Van Dusseldorp. South Dakota's on top 3-2. The red, white, and blue has come storming back from a 2-0 deficit. That's 3 unanswered. Two goals here in this second period have them on top. Here comes Lola Makuba, quick shot, kicked away by Ram. Makuba once more into the slot, her shot stopped. That one looked like it caught the knee of Tristan Zimmer. She's still standing tall. That, I can guarantee, didn't feel great. Connell has her pocket picked. Once more, this time Tristan Zimmer. Williamson trying to nudge it along. Siefkin takes it. Van Dusseldorp's goal, an unassisted goal. Houlihan in her own end. dangerous feed moved by Matke. Offsides is your whistle. .9:23 to go here in period 2. 3-2 South Dakota. It's the most goals that Lucy Holiday has surrendered throughout this week. This rematch has favored those red sweaters thus far. Out of reach of everybody, they'll have to circle back into the South Dakota end. Paige Samiga looking for an outlet, feeds it diagonally off of the wall. Costella Krakowski stops it, turns it back in before the Thunderbirds get a change. Off the wall for Maya Forster. She hands it off to Kafka. Back into the front. Forster just couldn't settle that pass. As we hit the halfway point of the hockey game, 3-2 South Dakota. Steve Granado with you here from Great Park Ice. 16U semis. Winner moves on. Both teams searching for their first national championship. Got to get there first. O'Reilly Kafka just sent it through. Quick moves here by Bashinsky. She gets entry into the zone. Sno-King needs to change, so Bashinsky just sends it into the glove. Under 8 to play in the second. Quick shot, ricocheted out. Schneider whiffed on the shot. It comes back out here. Moved by Van Dusseldorp. Was trying to find it to Sabres with no luck. So Sabres hunts it down, spins it back in front. No red sweaters there. Turned around by Richter. Handed off. Van Dusseldorp feeds it in front. Big scurry there and to the Harms rescue. Holiday is down. Chloe Pauls is the one that came out and saved that puck with Holiday down and out. She will be checked on by her teammates, making sure she's okay. It appears that she will be okay, just fine. It's kind of got a big pile up on top of her, but she's just fine. Neutral zone draw here in front of the South Dakota bench. Connell comes away with it. But on our blind side, the opposing sticks takes it away. That's Riella Van Dusseldorp, who's been all over it here in this second period. McKenna Tronis takes it around the net. Keeps on a backhand feed, and there's no pile up this time for SD. Taken by Makuba. The coaching staff called special earlier today in the best way possible as Eva Ram covers this one up. Believe it or not, that was Sno-King's second shot of the period. Took 10 in the first. That was just their second shot. Lee Chong stick handles her way around. And then it's knifed off by an active blade of Tristan Zimmer. She's had a nice defensive period this far. Zimmer all over it. Lee Chong takes the puck right back and runs into Matke. Rainessa Matke now with time and space along the near side wall. Feathers it off of the dasher. And offsides the call here against sno-king. That'll bring up a neutral zone draw. Matter of fact, it'll bring up a center ice draw with 6:24 to go. 19 shots to 12 in favor of South Dakota. 3-2, they also lead it. Scored 3 unanswered. It's around the midway point of this first period. McCuba gets in onside. Protects the puck her way into a double team. Moved out for Sabres. A lot of ice time for this line here in this second period. Feathered back out here to neutral ice. Still no score in the Grand Rapids versus Webster game, by the way. Winner of that one plays the winner of this one. Collision here at neutral ice. As Elise Walker, who we've talked about a little bit here today, got ran into. Elise Walker had a knee injury earlier this season. Penalty coming up here to Sno-King. Right back in front, and squeezing it is Holiday. But a power play chance here for South Dakota. And they're ushering Sofia Costello-Krakowski to the box. Second chance for South Dakota. They're 0 for 1 thus far. Five minutes to go, 2 minutes on the board here in the second. With some space, through traffic, it plinkos its way through. Big rebound and an open net on the right arm side of Lucy Holiday, and there was just nobody on that wing to put it away for South Dakota. Parked there this time is Janelle Lloyd. Her shot misses wide. Into the corner it goes. They battle for it. Hits awkwardly off a stanchion on the glass, and it comes careening back out as Paige Zamiga circles, takes a shot. Rebound there again, forced, and another follow-up never came through. It'll be knifed back out here to center ice. Riley Kafka lost it here in the neutral zone. South Dakota will reconvene here with a minute gone and a minute to go in the power play. Nearly tripped up and then finally did take that tumble. Forced feed it back around for Lloyd. Starting to get a little slick out there. Kafka struggling to stay on her feet. So is Lloyd. Kafka with the puck now, has Lloyd parked in front. Feathers on a backhand, missed wide of the net behind the cage with 30 seconds to go on the power play. Big collision here on the near side wall, gets no arms raised. That'll be cleared and whistled with 3:29 up on the board. Off the draw with 3.5 remaining here in the period. 18 seconds to go. No shots registered in this South Dakota power play. Their second of the game. Kept along the wall. Protected is Sabres, and they're going to rule this one offsides. Maddie Abbott unable to hold that blue line on the left point. Just 8 more seconds to kill. Costello-Krakowski is on her feet in the penalty box, ready to jump out of the sin bin. Chong chops it here at center ice, comes rolling back out, and here comes Costello-Krakowski. She will immediately join the play. We're back to even strength 5-on-5 hockey. So the Thunderbirds successful in killing 2 penalties thus far, and didn't allow any shots on goal throughout that 2-minute stretch. Just looking for building blocks of a team that had a 2-0 lead and saw it erased rather quickly. Trying to get momentum back on their side, and we'll see if they can use that as the foundation for that momentum. Maddie Abbott keeps the puck behind the net. Little trouble up along the backside lip, and it gets held on top of the net, so they'll whistle it dead. Comes rolling back out here for Julissa Peterson, who plays catch with Matke and moves it up ahead. Kafka sends it in front, and they just couldn't find it home. Holiday was full spread eagle across, and it stayed out somehow. Nice little move to chip it around for Kafka. Shoots it, rolling, pulled out of the blue paint. Credit the save that time to Tegan Williamson. She comes in and pulls a rolling puck inside the net crease. That puck was fluttering, spinning like a dreidel. 90 seconds to go here in the second. And right now, the Thunderbirds just trying to weather the storm. Rolled out to the point, kept alive by Rainessa Matke. Unable to hold that line this time was Van Dusseldorp. They're forced to play back. Crisscross stays onside. Here comes Sabres. Drops it off for Van Dusseldorp. Jumping to the play is Taryn Richter. As she circles the net, looks for a feather. Got the pass there. Rebound there. Holiday with one save. Counter two saves. And she's able to keep that right leg pad right on top and garner a whistle. As we close in on 7 p.m. here in sunny SoCal. The sun is setting with 56 seconds to go in the second period. Doubled up the shots, by the way. South Dakota now 24 to oppose the Snow Kings 12, and just 2 shots on goal for the ladies from Washington. Blind feed picked off by Macuba. Just had her fingerprints all over this one. Her and Lee Chong. As Esme Lee Chong tries to jump it around Forster and is able to do so. Now she's triple teamed into the corner. Needs an outlet, needs some help. Stella Krakowski comes to rescue the play. Lee Chong just pushes it to the weak side. Final 25 seconds of the period. Move back out. Turning up ice is Brindley Sabres. Chops it right into the chest and knocked down. May have hit a piece of the mask that time for Kennedy Jensen. She's fine and heads to the bench. 10 seconds, will get an icing and one last face-off presumably here for the second period. Kafka, Van Dusseldorp, and Sabres, the goal scorers here for South Dakota. Lee Chong and Connell, the 2 goal scorers for Snow King. 5 seconds to go. We'll watch it wind down to 0 and call it 2 periods with 1 to go. South Dakota fought back. They had a 2-0 deficit and head to the locker rooms pumped up. 17 minutes away from heading to the national championship game. They lead 3-2. We head to a break. You're watching the 2023 Chipotle USA Hockey National Championships on USA Hockey TV. Of the 16U semi-final matchup. Thunderbirds in South Dakota. Steve Granado with you. South Dakota with a 3-2 advantage. And it's now or never for the ladies from Washington State, who had a 2-0 lead, as Holiday's able to cover that one up right off the bat. At a 2-0 lead with about 6 minutes and some change to go in that first period. And ever since then, it's been all South Dakota. 3 unanswered. They have outshot them by 10 shots now. Ended up being 6 total shots in that second period for the Thunderbirds, who, quite frankly, were put back on their heels by a very aggressive South Dakota offense. They need their big names to step up now. Esme Lee Chong battling forward here on the near side wall. Puck comes laid out freely, and Costello Krakowski's pass was picked off. Macuba, little trouble with it at center ice, ends up turning back the other way. Begging for the puck is Brindley Sabres. Just got the go-ahead in that second period. Kafka, stopped by Williamson, but keeps with it. Taken by Hornibrook. Fought back towards the net, and Holiday's able to keep that one out as it crashes off of the glass. Back below the goal line here, Williamson checking the blind spots before activating and one-handing it to the opposite board. Speaking of opposite, comes to the weak side. As Chloe Pauls has a little trouble with that one, able to get the puck back. Gains entry into the zone, cuts up the gut. They let her take a shot, knocked down off the edge of the leather by Eva Ram. Maya Forster in front of her own bench. It's laid up ahead. Won't go far enough for an icing. Hunted down by Marissa Schneider. Van Dusseldorp to her right. Picked off by Bella Barba. And right back the other way comes South Dakota with Maddie Abbott on the lead. Abbott waiting for trailers. Has her pocket picked and taken back by Schneider. Off the wall, it's played by Matke. And a soft pass finds its way to Bashinsky. Couldn't get the wheels turning in the right direction, however. Macuba is ready to go off to the races. Instead, she heads to the bench and gets a change. Nearly taken back up the gut. Bashinsky protects the puck away from Van Dusseldorp. Cuts right. Takes a shot, and it's an easy stop for Eva Ram. The 2023 Chipotle USA Hockey National Championships here at Great Park Ice. The winner moves on to play tomorrow at 10 a.m. The winner of Webster versus Grand Rapids, and the Cyclones, by the way, the Webster Cyclones, with a 1-0 lead. They are in the second period. Lone goal came in the first from Chloe Pitanaro. The only goal in that one. Again, Webster leads 1-0. Winner of that plays the winner of this. Gotta imagine we'll keep seeing the same lines moving forward here in the second period for the Thunderbirds. Namely, Lee Chong and Macuba leading the charge up front, trying to get them as much ice time as possible. That's going to be split for an icing. Good crowd on hand. The South Dakota faithful have had a lot to cheer about since the midway point of this first period. And it's been a little quiet to our left. Faithful Thunderbirds family in attendance. Pauls gains entry into the zone. Her shot low, leaves a rebound there and tried to jump on top of it. Coming in was Lola Macuba. As Eva Ram splits out on top of it, just a full dive to cover that one up. .13.5 to go here in the third period. 3-2, South Dakota leads it. A trio of unanswered goals. And we'll just keep playing the whistle game back and forth. Coming up after this one, slated for an 8 p.m. start in about 45 minutes or so. Our final game on this ice, the 19U semifinal matchup. Philadelphia Junior Flyers versus the Nashville Junior Predators. 19U matchup coming up on this rink right after this one, so stick around for a late night of hockey in Southern California. As Williamson from the draw tries to send it through traffic, hit some of her own skaters. It looked like Macuba took a tumble, may have wore that one in the ankle somewhere. Williamson holds the line, feeds a trailer to the left. Disrupted shot, kicked away there by Paige Zuniga. Zuniga comes in, knocks that one away with the right leg. Out of the reach of Williamson, they'll watch it slowly roll all the way back. And, Lucy Holliday's just hanging out, chilling in the net. Grace Houlihan to the draw here for the ladies from Seattle. Knocks it aside to Bella Barba. And it comes all the way back out once again. We are just playing the icing and whistle game over the last 20 seconds. At least of ice time, actual game time. 12:38 remains in the contest. Get ourselves a new puck. Maybe that'll change the mojo. Houlihan squares off with Lloyd and ties up Janelle Lloyd. Kowalik off of the dasher down low. Ran into was Bashinsky, and Krista Bashinsky now with the puck. Pulls it back around on a backhand. Feeds it off of a kick save from Eva Ram. Oh, Ram's made a handful of stops here today. 15 of them now on 17 shots. Call us another icing. The slip and slide has broken out here at Great Park Ice. Head first goes Rachel Siefkin, just nearly avoided hitting that post. And we're going to get a penalty coming up here as Grace Kowalik is going to the box. So a chance here for South Dakota. Penalty kill has been strong today for the Thunderbirds. They've knocked off a pair of them. And the last one, they didn't even surrender a shot. So we'll see what it gives here in the third go-around for the red, white, and blue if they can inch away just a little bit further. They have a 3-2 advantage right now, trying to make it 4-2. Coming in short-handed and getting a rather easy save on Lee Chung was Ram. Lee Chung wants to stay with it. Penalty coming up here now to South Dakota. A high sticking call, so that power play lasts a full 14 seconds before a high sticking assessment has been handed out to Maddie Abbott. So Abbott goes to the box. And we go get ourselves some good old-fashioned 4-on-4 hockey. So plenty of room to work with. 4-on-4 for the next $1.46. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can take advantage of the open ice. They need a goal. They need to stop the bleeding. Surrendered 3 in a row. Williamson begging for the puck on the opposite point. Unable to get to it. Breaking out the other way. Here comes Siefkin. Avoids the check and takes it around. But there to take it away was Lola Macuba. Siefkin doesn't give up on the play. Tegan Williamson. Macuba tries again. Avoids the forecheck. Now with a minute to go in 4-on-4 style, it'll be an abbreviated 14-second power play for Sno-King. Briley Kafka loses the handle. Here comes Esme Lee Chong, who's been out there for a while now. Unintentionally hands the puck off to Costello Krakowski. On her way, her shot stopped before it got to the net. Stepping in front was Reese Amick. Just got in the way of that shot. Nudged off of Kafka. And right back in goes Marissa Schneider. Fakes like a lift does Amick and nudges it around on the near side wall. 20 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Taken away. Here comes Bashinsky and knocked back out. And some clear-cut path, but not a lot of legs left here for Kafka, who's been on the ice for quite some time. And that's going to be an easy save as Lucy Holiday comes out with the glove. 7 seconds, so essentially a puck drop. Here, a 4-on-4 hockey. Grace Kowalik is already standing and ready to jump out of the box. And then 14 seconds later, we'll see another one jump out. We'll go back to 5-on-5. So it'll technically be the first power play chance of the evening here for the Thunderbirds. Tied up here on the near point was Zimmer. Power play on now here for the Thunderbirds, but again, it's only a few seconds. 10 of them to be exact now. Grace Houlihan looking for an outlet. Finds Chloe Pauls. To the left, handed off for Jolie Connell. As one of the 2 goals today for the Thunderbirds. Out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Van Dusseldorp got the puck out just a hair past the blue line. Chopped out by Renessa Matke. Jumping into the play, Van Dusseldorp wants to feed it back in front, tied between the skates, as Holiday seeks it out and nudges it away. Sabres leaves it into the slot on a one-time bid from Zimmer. Taryn Richter under duress. Paul's watching closely. She gets some space and unintentionally sends it into the Thunderbirds bench. 9:20 to go, a close one at Great Park Ice. 9:20 left here in the third period, 3-2 South Dakota. No one has scored since the second period. Winner moves on. National championship game on deck tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. With that puck going onto the bench, it'll bring up a neutral zone draw. Cuba to the face-off, stares down Faith Van Voorst. Schneider one-hands it softly out of the zone. Maybe a 3-on-1 building. Instead, the puck corralled and slowed up here for South Dakota. Nice job by Maddie Abbott. Able to find a seam for Vanberg, but no one's there to trail the play. Faith Van Voorst was way on the opposite side of the ice and unable to get to that one. Played out the hash marks and moved out ahead by McCuba, who heads to the bench after a dump. And that'll go far enough for an icing. And we'll get some fresh legs onto the ice with 8:41 to go. A fairly nonchalant third period thus far, save the 2 penalties we've seen. I wouldn't be shocked if at some point we see Sno-King use their timeout. Easy save for Holiday with no traffic. Sno-King coming off a 2-0 win prior to the Grand Rapids 2-1 loss, at a 2-0 win over Colorado, and of course that 5-0 win over these South Dakota ladies. And of course, the other side, 3 straight wins since that loss, and this one's gonna tie the game. A quick shot, and it's none other, of course. Of course it's Esme Lee Chong. Well, we have ourselves a brand new game. Lee Chong, second of the game. We were talking about it in the second period. The praises sung by the coaching staff of this young lady, Esme Lee Chong, of how important she has been and how, again, that word they used, special. And it takes a special player to tie a special game in a late moment. as Holiday watches it whiz right past, and life has been injected back into the building. 3-3 the score with 8 minutes to go. Moved out here, Taryn Richter trying to get the mojo back in South Dakota's favor. That one's going to go offsides. Be a neutral zone draw in front of us here. Great Park Ice semifinal bout. Winner moves on. Wants to play one more game. Taken away. Here's Taryn Richter. Gets all the way to the net. Sends it off the side of the net. They have got a piece there of the netminder, Lucy Holiday, who stood her ground, was kind of pinned back, was unable to come out and challenge that play. Vanessa Matke trying to keep the momentum back in South Dakota's favor. Fed back in front, nothing but white sweaters. With speed, Krista Bashinsky trying to take on the whole team by herself, and a penalty coming up here to South Dakota. This will be the first full chance here for the Thunderbirds today. They had an abbreviated 14-second power play that obviously didn't come to anything. So this is their first real opportunity. Into the box goes Renessa Matke. Right off the draw, quick shot. Lee Chong is kept out, kicked out by Taryn Richter. You can feel the energy shifting in the building. Lee Chong trying to stay on side, but get the wheels turning in the right direction. Nonetheless, puck comes back out to neutral ice. And you got to keep your eye on this first unit. Lee Chong and McCuba up front. Sophia Costello-Krakowski joins that play. Here comes Joelle Connell. Rattles the plexiglass. Fed back to the slot. Williamson calling for it. Instead, they go cross ice. Lee Chong takes it off of the wall. Drops the shoulder, feeds it around off the side of the net. 1:15 to go in the power play. 5-on-4 style here for the Thunderbirds. Short-handed the other way. Here comes Briley Kafka. Kafka wants to spin it back in front. Wanted to wrap around, but couldn't get enough on it. Kept alive, however. Here's Brielle Van Dusseldorp. Just trying to buy time in the offensive side of the rink. 50 seconds still for them to burn. Van Dusseldorp cuts toward the net, and it's knifed back out here to center ice. But this is a golden move here for South Dakota. They'll dump it in one more time. And boy, what a great kill they had there. Not only to get the puck the other side of the ice, but also to keep it there for a good 20 seconds. Can they move out one last rush here for 25? Jumping into the play as Nadia Bellabarba unable to keep the line. 20 seconds. Cut against the grain for Nadia Bellabarba. Bashinsky. Lost the handle here, just 5 seconds to go. And that is going to just about do it for the power play. We will get one last icing, so one last face-off here to the opposite side. .5:13 to go here in period number 3. 3 seconds left on the power play. That is now expired. Hopping out of the box and jumping into the play. She's streaking the other way. They wanted Renessa Matke, just unable to get the pass to her. Matke was behind the defense at the opposing blue line. Right as soon as she jumped out of the penalty box, but was unable to get the pass to her, so she'll head to the bench. Final 5 minutes in this one. Tied at 3. Siefkin plays it down low, and it's taken here by Kafka. Fed back across to the opposite wing. Up top, Zamiga for Siefkin. Under duress, and Kowalik takes the puck away. Spun in front, and it's intelligently kicked, but Kafka kicked it wide. Was kind of spinning around there in the slot. Little over 4 minutes to go. Stretch pass finds Rachel Siefkin. But with tons of speed, Makaiba comes back. Leading the charge, Kostella Krakowski. Gives it across. Nice feed, but Lee Chong unable to settle it. The first line back on here for the Thunderbirds. Taken by Matke. Stolen right back. Lee Chong lays it to the point. And this one stripped. The potential one-on-one breaking out. Little trouble for Taryn Richter. And a great job done by Tegan Williamson to take that chance away. Richter had a clear-cut path. Williamson came back and played defense. Spun in front. They had left Van Dusseldorp fairly alone in front of the net. 3:30 to go. Tied up and taken. Puck is here to the near side point. Spun in front. There is zero traffic there. Rainessa Matke saw some bodies in front, but there was nothing in that shooting lane. So it's a rather easy stick save for Lucy Holiday. Matke will try again. This time through traffic, it doesn't get through. And it's nudged back out to the opposing blue line. Quick change here for sno-king. South Dakota trying to catch him on it, but the pass out of the reach of Sabres. They'll go on an icing. Three minutes and 5 seconds is all that's left in regulation. If we have to go to overtime, well, of course we will do so. 5-on-5 for a full period until we find a winner. See if we can get one in regulation. This might be a great chance for South Dakota. Siefkin leaves it off, and it's just underneath the stick of Maya Forster. Forster came in there up the gut. It was a great idea to get it to her. I think she picked her head up a little too quick and had it slip right through her stick. Every step, every skate moving with purpose right now on both sides of the ice, trying to find the go-ahead goal. Get the feeling that one more would do it. 3-3 the score with 2.5 remaining. Out of the reach, Rachel Siefkin unable to get that one corralled. Puck lays outside the face-off circle and now back down low to the goal line. Taken by Grace Houlihan. Backhand fed back out to the outside of that circle. And Siefkin once more is there to take it away. As it pinballs its way deep into the Thunderbirds' end. Connell will slip it through everybody. Let's blow that whistle with under 2 to go. $1:58 left in this one. Again, you get the feeling that one more is going to be enough. I would be shocked to see someone take their time out at any point here in these final 2 minutes. The equalizer courtesy of Esme Lee Chong. She has scored twice today. Her second and third of nationals. Macuba away from the pack. Taken back and moved to center ice. There are just 100 seconds left in regulation. Little trouble for Tegan Williamson, but she's able to come back and play that one. She's got it once more off the half wall. And move to her right, finds Bella Barba. Went for the home run pass and caught Taryn Richter in the stomach. Van Dusseldorp needs one quick move to get some freedom. Does so, takes the shot, sends it off the side of the net. Oh man, to the South Dakota faithful on the opposite side of the rink, that looked like goal number 4. Instead, it hit the side of the net, doesn't register. Comes back out to neutral ice with just 1:05 to go. South Dakota starting to lay some pressure now. Gets around Koala, cuts against the grain. Van Dusseldorp whipped it wide near post. Janelle Lloyd to the loose puck. And right now it just looks like the Thunderbirds are trying to weather this final minute and get this thing into overtime. That's going to be forced outside the blue line despite the best efforts from Tristan Zimmer. Taken away, here's Kostella Krakowski. Feeds it into the middle, and it'll be hunted down into the corner by Grace Houlihan. Final 35 seconds of regulation. Feathered back out to the blue line before it's nudged and kept along the wall. That came out. That came out of the blue line, so the sno-king squad has to come back out. 25 seconds left. Lee Chong on the ice. She's got the handle. Gains entry, left wing. Takes a shove into the wall. And it's nudged back out here to the red line with just 10 seconds to go. Lee Chong trying to split the defense. Final 5, and we are destined for overtime here. 3 periods, not enough. The semifinal game will go into a sudden death OT. So a battle back there. A great job by the Thunderbirds to battle back, get that 1 goal they needed, and tie this game. We won't have an ice cut. We'll have a quick breather. The ladies will grab some water, and we'll be revved up and ready to go again. We'll play 5-on-5 hockey here for a full period. There is no 3-on-3 5-minute run time or anything of that nature. We play a full period. If we can't figure it out then, we will go to a shootout. You know, miraculously, somehow, some way, South Dakota put up just 3 shots in that period. Not much better for the Thunderbirds, who put up just 4. Yet it seemed like chances were abound in that 3rd period. Did hit the side of the net a couple of times. No post to speak of. And again, we will go for a full ride here. It's going to come down to this final frame, and we'll put our 19U semifinal game that's coming up after this on deck and on ice. Well, I guess not technically on ice just yet. So we have ourselves a full 17-minute period. We are in overtime. Tied at 3. Golden goal, whoever gets it is going to explode off of the bench and we'll go right into the final matchup. Winner of this plays the winner of Webster versus Grand Rapids. And by the way, Webster has a 2-0 lead over the Grand Rapids Griffins. By the way, the Griffins undefeated heading into today's action. But in distress now as they trail 2-0. This game has kind of had some ebbs and flows for South Dakota. They came out, I wouldn't say quiet, but took a couple minutes for them to get underway. Took total control of this game through the 2nd period. And then surrendered the goal in the 3rd, but gave it a good push at the end of regulation. Swatted in by Costello Krakowski. It's picked up by Paige Zamiga. Maddie Abbott dumps it in. Schneider gets it out to Connell, who scored the first goal of the game. Schneider off the wall, ricocheted off of Connell's skates. Not much to speak of here in the first minute plus. Here of period, I guess technically number 4. And they will call that one dead out of play. Everyone, at least a good amount of them, on their feet. Watching from the stands above here, Great Park Ice. Facility opened in 2018 and doesn't look more than a day old. 15 and a half to go here in overtime. Because 3 periods didn't feel like enough between these two clubs, who have already played 3 in this tournament. This is now the 7th period between these two teams in the last 4 days. And don't forget, both of these clubs played a game earlier today. So this is their 7th periods, respectively, on the ice just in these 24 hours. Puck knifed up ahead to Lloyd. Lloyd spins right back in front, reaching out to poke it out of harm's way was Lucy Holiday. And Netminder gets aggressive with the stick and is able to force it out. Fresh off the bench, Esme Lee Chung unable to corral that puck. Houlihan loses the handle. Lloyd able to knife it away. Back onto the ice comes Costello Krakowski. She didn't have much help. She just gives the puck away. We're getting all the troops settled now, and the right personnel on the ice for both clubs. Some speed. Tegan Williamson a hair off sides. Just a step ahead was Macuba. Someone's run is going to end in heartbreak, and someone's run is going to continue in elation. Williamson off the wall. Lee Chong, nice move, gets inside, gives it up on a backhand, just really couldn't settle that puck. It was a great idea to get it over, but unable to pull the trigger. They had Sophia Costello-Krakowski there. Meanwhile, the other way, here comes Sabres, stick save, rebound, push back in front, and Holiday has it between the pads. Man, that would have been something, huh? From behind the net, bank it off the backside of the goalkeeper. It was just a couple of years ago here at this facility in a very similar situation. The Boston Junior Eagles got an overtime winner in the 16U semifinal to move to the championship game. That was over on sheet 1 on the opposite side of this facility. That was 5 years ago, the first year of this rink's existence. Someone's going to go away with the exact same title. Moving on. And an overtime winner in the semis. Moved right back in front and tied up that time was Brindley Sabres. Sabres already a goal in this one. Once upon a time, gave South Dakota the lead. Van Dusseldorp's bid was stopped upon entry. Fed to the far side, looking for Janelle Lloyd, and says she has to try and hunt it down. Van Dusseldorp crisscrosses, and Lloyd now has the puck. Feathered back in front. Open there with a quick shot with the defense coming to stop it. And it comes right back out one more time. Look it up top, and it rolls off the blocker as Lucy Holiday makes the stop. Zimmer gains entry on the left wing with 12:40 to go in overtime. Fed back around, and Lloyd had her stick tied. South Dakota once again, all the pressure now on their side. Flip back through, Van Dusseldorp hunts it down, feeds it back in front, and Lloyd sent it wide, near post. Set it off the wall by Abbott, who centers it one more time, comes careening back out. Kafka back in front, gets through traffic, and we just go back and forth, north to south, and finally, the Sno-King Thunderbirds get a breath of fresh air and get that puck out of their zone. 12:04 to go here in overtime. It's been a great push since the end of the third period for South Dakota, looking like their second period themselves. Off the draw comes rolling out to the right point. Quick whip through the zone, goes all the way out to neutral ice. Protected by Brindley Sabres. 4 goals in nationals. That is going to be an offsides call here against South Dakota. South Dakota will send Taryn Richter to the draw. She'll be opposed by Lola Macuba. Richter wins it. Dangerous whiff on that pass out. Luckily, nobody there to bother Jonna Hornabuck. And this one mishandled at the blue line. A chance for South Dakota, an opening for Taryn Richter, who cuts to the net and sent it wide. Right over the cross. Tried to go to the opposite post and missed it. Rolls out to the point. Sent through by Van Dusseldorp. Away from the pack by Bashinsky. Handled by Grace Kowalik. Jumped into by Makuba. Thunderbirds having a hard time getting out of their own zone right now. And at this pace, this is just too much sustained pressure from South Dakota. If you are sno-king right now, you just really got to find a way to get the puck going the other way. They have been bogged down in their own end the entirety of these first 6 minutes and 3 seconds of the period. Off the draw, lays freely and taken back here by the Thunderbirds. But they only get as far as their own blue line. Lee Chong trying to keep the momentum swinging the other way, but again, it has been a hard go here in overtime. Briley Kafka bullies her way towards the net, tries to feather it on a backhand before chopping it a hair wide, far post. Good quick move by Tegan Williamson, gets some freedom. And now the wheels start turning in the right direction. Here for the Thunderbirds. Chloe Pauls gets to the blue line, but that's just about it. Jensen in her own end. We'll have to try again. Legs are starting to get tired out there as Grace Houlihan can't win the foot race to this one. Reese Amick does instead and plays it off of the wall as it pinballs in front of the Washington bench. Rachel Siefken with time and space. Dangerous pass picked off, and Dusseldorp winds up, and her shot hits off the top of the glass. Picked freely, here comes Sabres again. Right into the slot, unable to keep on her feet. Puck comes swirling back here to the South Dakota end. 9:25 to go here in the first overtime, which of course is the only overtime. We go to shootouts after this if we have to. Bounced around at the opposing blue line before it's softly fished forward by Van Dusseldorp. Taken right back. Connell just cannot win the race. Pinched off by Taryn Richter. Was able to win this one back here for South Dakota. Bashinsky, trouble with it. On the opposite wall, under duress, Schneider moves it away. Kowalik now in front of the SD bench. That'll roll on frame, forced to play it was Eva Ram, who has been rather non-existent here in this overtime period. Has not been forced to make any sort of stop until right there. It'll be an offensive zone draw here for the Thunderbirds, who have been begging and pleading to get any momentum on their side here in overtime. It's been all South Dakota here in the extra frame. And the Thunderbirds faithful come to life, trying to will the white, teal, and blue on. And a big collision as Costello Krakowski takes out Matke. Matke back on her feet, has the puck. Move back out. Puck nearly came free, now rolls around and back on her feet. They wanted a cover and didn't get the whistle. The faithful wanted to get a cover here for the T-Birds, who were screaming and yelling that had a full hand on top, and a nice job coming across to rescue the play. Williamson denies a breakout chance for South Dakota. I beg your pardon, that was Jonah Hornibrook who came away and made that fine defensive play. Grace Houlihan sends it through softly, and it's taken right back. Here comes SD, led by Van Dusseldorp. Tries her luck, and Holiday is right on target. Our 19U semifinal matchup is officially delayed. We are 10 minutes from when that puck was supposed to drop. 7:43 to go here in overtime And a good bout between these two clubs trying to fight their way to one last game. Pinned up alongside the wall. Houlihan fished it free. Janelle Lloyd gets it around, and it goes out to the left slot here. Maddie Abbott takes the charge down below. Abbott, soft feet across, and Lloyd just could not get the stick on it. She was parked right in front of the net with nobody watching her. Stretch out pass, doesn't do that. Maddie Abbott instead takes it away. Awkward bounce, rolls on frame. Holiday finally covers it. They're in the third period over on rink 2. Webster leads Grand Rapids 2-0. The two winners will play each other for the 16U crown. Neither of these teams have made it that far before. Heartbreak for someone is coming up. There's been heartbreak in the past for this South Dakota program who's been to the semifinals a couple of times but have been unable to get that last win and move on. They're hoping they can get one more goal today to seal that fate as the look up high. Van Dusseldorp missed over the crossbar. This is the deepest run that the Sno-King Junior Thunderbirds have ever made. And that one caught someone on the bench. They'll bring up they'll bring up a face-off here in the Seattle side. Trying to get the fifth skater on the ice. They dropped the puck a hair too early. 6:27 to go in the third. Fourth, whatever it is. Overtime. Overtime hockey here as it's kicked away. Van Dusseldorp is, trying to put one behind a couple of times here today. Already has been successful once, but she has been a huge part of this South Dakota offense today. And that's a paddle save and a cover for Lucy Holiday. This game will be a 4-3 final whenever it's said and done. It's that latter part we're trying to figure out. Janelle Lloyd to the draw, and it's one back by Lola Macuba. Coughed up right at the crease, bounced around. Holiday skids across, and the puck never got to her. Knifed out ahead. Here come the Thunderbirds. A one-on-one the other way, trying to settle the puck. It just kind of rolled too far that time on Chloe Pauls. She was unable to settle a rolling puck. Pauls still fighting for it, but the T-Birds retreating to head to the bench. Breaking in, here comes Siefkin. Takes it around the net on the backhand, fishes it in front, and tied up. Tristan Zimmer unable to pull her stick freely. Zimmer wants a penalty, and she ain't gonna get one. Coughed up. It was a good idea for Jolie Connell, just could not find a clean seam the other way. Nadia Bellabarba checks the blind spots. Has a skid right past her along the yellow paint. Under 5 to play here in overtime. And that'll go as an icing. .449 to go. Brindley Sabres a little trouble. She coughs it up at the blue line. Under duress, is able to pinch it off and find Maddie Abbott. So we trade possession back and forth. Hunted down by Paige Zamiga. Loose puck lays freely behind the 4x6 and no one picks it up as it's pushed out by Maddie Abbott. Either of these teams have been forced this deep in this Nationals tournament. All games finished in regulation. That's number 16, Taryn Richter, moving it back here for South Dakota. Lee Chong, who has been a huge point of this game, tries her luck, and it rolls off of Abbott's stick out of play. Esme Lee Chong, one of the main reasons why we are here, scored the equalizer there in the third period. 2 goals in the contest. And we're going to get ourselves a good old-fashioned timeout with 3:57 to go. They saved the timeouts here for overtime and have them. So what's the conversation? If you're South Dakota, I mean, the conversation is don't change a thing. They have had total control of this overtime frame. You thought that equalizing goal from Esme Lee Chong would have really rallied the troops there for the T-Birds, but after that, South Dakota kind of softly pushed their way back into control of the contest, and has been that way since the final 2 minutes of the third period. So with about the last 15 minutes of play, it has been all South Dakota. You got to give credit to this T-Bird squad. They have weathered the storm and are just trying to fight back. A rather different story than we saw between these two clubs on Thursday when it was a 5-0 Sno-King victory. That is completely out the window now. We play our final 4 minutes of the overtime period before we go to a shootout. McCuba's bid didn't start as well as she had hoped, and it's turned right back around for Brindley Sabres. Sabres takes a move, gets some freedom on the backhand, and Holiday's over to make the save. Talk about an opportunity right there. Lucy Holiday able to come across, stick with it, and cover up the loose puck. This game has warranted our next contestants to stand around and watch in full uniform. The Flyers and Predators play the next game, the 19U semifinal on this ice, and they've turned into spectators now as they await the end of this game, a clean sheet, and it's their turn to try and win a spot in the national title game. Adriana Clark gets it across, and it's moved out by Reese Amick. Some space to work with for Tegan Williamson. Esme Lee Chong softly hands it off. McCuba will head to the bench. Lee Chong will do the same. Houlihan tried to split it away. Van Dusseldorp instead takes it and just couldn't get around one last defender. Marissa Schneider comes across. Quick look, and a fluttering puck is held onto by Ram. Face off to the right here of Eva Ram. Fresh off that save. That's her 20th of the night. Off the draw, Schneider holds the point. Tried to get it through, and it's kicked back here to the near side wall at the outset of the hash marks. Bouncing puck goes over the heads of everybody in front of the net. Tried to settle the puck, and it's kicked back out the other way. Rachel Siefkin hustling to the puck. Has an open winger. Kafka's there. Siefkin tries her luck, and it's kept out by Lucy Holiday. I don't know if that shot ever came to fruition. It may have just rolled off the edge of the stick. Now, Rachel Siefkin had no one in front of her other than Lucy Holiday. And the Thunderbirds netminder holds true, at least for now, with 2 minutes and change to go here in the overtime period. Taken away in a short side bid Stuffed out again by Holiday, spun back around to the weak side. There again, missing wide was Tristan Zimmer. It's loose in front outside of the paint, and Holiday finds it and smothers it with the leather. $1:51 to go. The clock strikes 8 p.m. So our friends in Mountain Time and our other friends in Pacific Time, it's getting late. Speed the other way for Lola Makuba. Trying to force her way through the shot well wide, despite a rather special kick save there. Eva Ram was trying to come out and play that one. Offsides is going to be this play. Paige Zamiga blew its higher at the blue line. Was unable to recover after that. Neutral zone draw incoming. And now our other timeout has been assessed as South Dakota wants to take a minute to think things over. So 1:26 again, shootouts on deck if need be, if someone cannot score in the next 86 seconds. They are still in the third period of the other 16U semifinal. Webster still leads that game 2-0, trying to hand Grand Rapids their lone loss of the national circuit. So we have no timeouts left. We will play this last minute and 26 seconds and see if someone could come out on top. Great Park Ice comes back to life. Off the timeout, Taryn Richter to the draw for South Dakota. And no one other than Lola Makuba. She will end up losing this draw as it goes deep into the T-Birds' end. Lee Chong hunts down the loose puck. Son. Handled by Zamiga off the draw, and this one kicked away. Head out backwards here for Richter. Richter now pulling it from behind the 4x6. Loose in front, who wants it? Everyone's skates are moving in the opposite direction. Maybe a 2-on-1 building, but South Dakota's starting to get back defensively. And Richter is able to take it back and move it outside the blue line before a whistle. So we gotta credit Taryn Richter for coming back on the back check to win that puck. 26.2 officially up on the board. Shots favoring South Dakota 36-23. 33 saves for Lucy Holiday. 20 saves for Eva Ram. Kick save from Ram to get her 21st. Makuba pulls in another shot and is knocked down and covered by Ram. 6.2 and a very important face-off coming up. A face-off in the South Dakota end, essentially to decide it. It'll be glove side of Ram. They'll send Makuba with Lee Chong right behind, ready to take the shot. You can get a pass or two before the shot, but you got to win the draw, and they didn't. So that is going to end it right here. And we will head to a shootout. So this one could not be decided in 4 periods today. We will see how they play this. They'll get a quick zam down the middle. All right, our Zamboni driver has done a very fine job and is getting off of the ice. They'll get the goals back on. A shout out to all our staff here at Great Park Ice and everyone working here with USA Hockey, pulling 15, 16-hour days just to get this tournament as best as it can be. And we appreciate your support of this tournament and, of course, the support of USA Hockey TV. We appreciate it all. And we're glad we've been able to put on a show for you here tonight. 3-3 after regulation and an overtime. We had 68 minutes of hockey here tonight and could not figure it out. So our goaltender matchup, again, Eva Ram, who stopped 22 of 25 tonight, is going to be asked to make a couple more stops. And on the other side, it's Lucy Holiday, who stopped 33 of 36. The first shooter for the Thunderbirds will be Lola Macuba. 3 goals here in Nationals. A chance to play for the national title on the line. And she will be our first attacker. She picks up the puck, it goes right up the gut. Slides a hair right, looks for a seam, pulls it backhand and scores. Lola Macuba makes it 1-0 Thunderbirds. The first shooter for South Dakota will be Taryn Richter. Trying to equalize here in the first round. Richter with speed, takes it wide right, cuts to the net, pulls it forehand, and slips it on the far post. We're tied at 1. Of course, it's Esme Lee Chong to be the second for the ladies from Seattle. Lee Chong with a pair of goals is going to be asked to get another one, and she's going to take it calm and slow. Wide left, wide right, keeps it forehand and is denied by Ram. It'll be Brynlee Sabers. Sabers scored earlier in the contest. She has scored 4 times in the national circuit through these first 5 games, trying to find a 6th game on deck tomorrow morning. She picks up the puck at the logo and takes it to her left. Keeps it forehand. Goes across and missed the target. It's still 1-1 after 2 rounds. Next shooter will be Krista Bashinsky. Round 3, Bashinsky with speed. Missed over the crossbar. May have rolled up a little bit of Eva Ram's stick as well. A chance to take the lead. And it'll be Briella Van Dusseldorp. She scored 3 times, including once today. She spins it as wide as anyone and can't get it through as Lucy Holiday denies it right with the chest. Everyone on their feet here at Great Park Ice. It'll be Tegan Williamson for the Thunderbirds. Last 2 rounds have gone scoreless, still tied at 1 and a best of 5. Williamson scores, top shelf. It'll be up to Maddie Abbott. 4th round of this shootout. Be crucial to get one here. Abbott with no speed whatsoever, going as slow as she can. All right, our Zamboni driver has done a very fine job and is getting off of the ice. They'll get the goals back on. A shout out to all our staff here at Great Park Ice and everyone working here with USA Hockey, pulling 15, 16-hour days just to get this tournament as best as it can be. And we appreciate your support of this tournament and, of course, the support of USA Hockey TV. We appreciate it all. And we're glad we've been able to put on a show for you here tonight. 3-3 after regulation and an overtime. We had 68 minutes of hockey here tonight and could not figure it out. So our goaltender matchup, again, Eva Ram, who stopped 22 of 25 tonight, is going to be asked to make a couple more stops. And on the other side, it's Lucy Holiday, who stopped 33 of 36. The first shooter for the Thunderbirds will be Lola Macuba. 3 goals here in Nationals. A chance to play for the national title on the line. And she will be our first attacker. She picks up the puck, it goes right up the gut. Slides a hair right, looks for a seam, pulls it backhand and scores. Lola Macuba makes it 1-0 Thunderbirds. The first shooter for South Dakota will be Taryn Richter. Trying to equalize here in the first round. Richter with speed, takes it wide right, cuts to the net, pulls it forehand, and slips it on the far post. We're tied at 1. Of course, it's Esme Lee-Chong to be the second for the ladies from Seattle. Lee-Chong with a pair of goals is going to be asked to get another one, and she's going to take it calm and slow. Wide left, wide right, keeps it forehand and is denied by Ram. It'll be Brynlee Sabers. Sabers scored earlier in the contest. She has scored 4 times in the national circuit through these first 5 games, trying to find a 6th game on deck tomorrow morning. She picks up the puck at the logo and takes it to her left. Keeps it forehand. Goes across and missed the target. It's still 1-1 after 2 rounds. Next shooter will be Krista Bashinsky. Round 3, Bashinsky with speed. Missed over the crossbar. May have rolled up a little bit of Eva Ram's stick as well. A chance to take the lead. And it'll be Briella Van Dusseldorp. She scored 3 times, including once today. She spins it as wide as anyone and can't get it through as Lucy Holiday denies it right with the chest. Everyone on their feet here at Great Park Ice. It'll be Tegan Williamson for the Thunderbirds. Last 2 rounds have gone scoreless, still tied at 1 and a best of 5. Williamson scores, top shelf. It'll be up to Maddie Abbott. 4th round of this shootout. Be crucial to get one here. Abbott with no speed whatsoever, going as slow as she can. And can't slip it past. So Abbott denied a goal here, wins it for the Sno-King squad. They'll entrust Chloe Pauls, who has scored twice this week. If Pauls scores, the Thunderbirds are moving on. And she's denied. So it'll be on the glove of Lucy Holiday. If she stops this one, it'll be the first title game in sno-king Junior Thunderbirds history. Reese Amick with the season on her stick. The left-handed shooter skates in left wing. Looks 5-hole, denied with the blocker. The Thunderbirds will play for the national title. What about in Irvine tonight? South Dakota fought valiantly, led the pace this whole way, and just couldn't find that last goal. A late game time goal from one of the leaders, Esme Lichon, who has battled a concussion this season. Ties the game, scores twice in regulation, couldn't score in the shootout. And the winning goal goes to Chloe Pauls, who, if you remember, late in the third period, had a breakaway chance roll off of her stick. And I'm sure in any other day would be looking to the heavens going, oh man, I'm gonna be thinking about that one if we lose. But of course, as fate would have it, Chloe Pauls gets the shootout winner. And Seattle will play tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the 16U national title. And they will face the Webster Cyclones, who won 2-0 against Grand Rapids. We'll have an on-ice ceremony to hand out some medals, and the T-Birds faithful happy they could weather the storm. Wow, what a hard-fought game from South Dakota. And they have absolutely nothing to hang their heads about. They controlled this contest. It just happened to go the other way. I want to thank you for watching this installment of the 2023 Chipotle USA Hockey National Championships. We're going to step aside. We'll leave the camera on and let you watch the medal ceremony here at Great Park Ice. One last time for you, a shootout winner for the T-Birds. 4-3 your final. They'll play for the national title at 16U tomorrow morning right here on USA Hockey TV. I'm Steve Granado. Stick around for our next game in our final semifinal matchup, the 19U between the Flyers and the Predators. Coming up after this on USA Hockey TV.
Referees, parents, and volunteers for participating in the 2023 Chipotle USA Hockey National Championships. We would like to congratulate the South Dakota team for earning the semifinalist award at the 2023 Chipotle USA Hockey Championships. Will coaches please come forward to accept and distribute your awards? Brady Penny. Colby Anderson. Mark Vukovic. Michael Gallagher. Chelsea Madrone. Nelson Players. Madeline Abbott. Number 10, Reese Amick. Number 4, Adriana Clark. Number 19, Maya Forster. Number 20, Morgan Jones. Number 6, Briley Kafka. Number 2, Janelle Lloyd. Number 21, Renisha Matkey. Number 9, Ulyssa Peterson. Number 1, Rory Blom. Number 30, Eva Ram. Number 16, Taryn Richter. Number 12, Brindley Sabers. Number 5, Rachel Stiefkin. Number 14, McKenna Cronus. Number 22, Alyssa Vandenberg. Number 11, Briella Van Dusseldorf. Number 3, Faith Van Voorst. Number 18, Paige Zuniga. And number 8, Tristan Zimmer. Congratulations to the South Dakota team on a successful season and to the Washington Thunderbirds